And speaking of Dynasty, should we get into what we're watching?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
officially
Yes, yes.
Dynasty week, guys. It's the floodgates are open. I'm gonna be talking about Dynasty every week now.
We're
So
excited.
the premiere was Friday, March 11th. Not premiere, it came back. It's confusing. It was a great episode. I'll try not to go too spoiler because I know you guys are in your early Dynasty journeys. But the episode revolved around Fallon getting back into work after you know, pretty intense health scare. I'll leave it at that. And her team of employees tries to like kick her out because they don't trust her to like lead the company so soon after such an intense situation she was in. So they're like threatening to kick her out as CEO temporarily, but she doesn't accept that. She's like, no, I have to be in control always. So she she gets her husband to stand in as acting CEO to try to like have eyes on him. My favorite scene was when she is hiding in an air duct in her office, feeding Liam what to say in the meeting. Is the greatest scene ever. And she ends up fighting with a rat in the air duct and falling through the ceiling. And it was a perfect moment of Dynasty comedy. I think now more than ever, they know their language. It's not just a soap, it's not just like a drama. They have those like comedy beats that's so unique to Dynasty now. But yeah, I loved the episode. I'll get to a cringy moment later because we're gonna roast that a little bit. It was not great. But I also do love. I was talking about the comedy side, but the soap opera side is still very in full force because Crystal has an evil doppelganger, and it's chef's kiss, amazing. Um, but how far are you guys in your Dynasty journey? I know Sabrina, you just started to get your feet wet.
I know, but I love Fallon already. Like I'm on episode 4, I believe. And when you mentioned that they were kicking her out of her company, I was like offended already. I was like, I was like, who do I have to fight? Like, do I have to jump into the TV screen? But what you just said sounds very exciting and funny. I love soap operas, and I feel like soap operas are not doing it like Dynasty is. Um, so I don't know. I have to catch up. I need to schedule a binge session, just spend the weekend just getting my whole life to Dynasty. Where am I? Like episode 4 is, I guess I shouldn't really spoiler, but we're still dealing with the FBI and the nonsense surrounding what happened
You still
with
got
the
Crystal
windmill.
one, the first
Yes,
crystal.
I got the first crystal.
The classic days. I'm no 9 episodes into season 1. I just watched the Thanksgiving one. I
That's a classic episode.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that I didn't even know what to expect. You're automatically like, no, not sports, and then you're like, this was not sports. It was so good. Um, eh, I totally get what you're saying. You can see how it's really adopting its tone as it goes further on, and it's like building itself up kind of in a way that Riverdale did, and that like anything can happen in it, and you totally buy it. It's so self-aware in what it's doing, and it's so enjoyable. I have to say that whenever I'm lost for 40 minutes or that I need to just switch my brain off, I know CW is still very on brand for me, but like when you're not like talking about superheroes, or you're not trying to catch up on 70 episodes of The Walking Dead, just quietly sitting and watching an episode of Dynasty is one of the things I enjoy most doing. 2022 introduced that for me, and I will definitely be holding on to it. It's one of my favorite things to do now. And I actually can't wait to get caught up so that we can all discuss it in depth on our What Are We Watching segments.
That's such a great way to recommend it too. I was like, oh, I mean, I'm already watching it, but if I wasn't watching it, I'd be like, if Reed hadn't sold me on the show already, what you just said would have.
Yeah, it's such an easy watch. And I know there's some fans that are kind of like frustrated with the writing just because sometimes they cover like the same like story beats. But I think that as the series has gone on, it's kind of straddled this line between like a really addictive soap opera and sort of like a sitcom sensibility where sometimes the character development is like only one episode. You know how in sitcoms where like they learn their lesson, but by the next episode they're up to the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of do that. It's very much serialized. Like you can't just like pop in one episode. But I think it's been interesting to see them find their own language apart from the original and apart from anything else on TV, to just kind of be funny and earnest, but also do things that are completely outlandish and just take you out of our world. Like, they're not interested in being realistic at all. Like, and that's what I love about it, is that you can watch it for 45 minutes and you're just in that crazy Carrington world and nothing else matters.
Yeah, that's my favorite kind of TV. The more outlandish, the better. Just a nice little 40 minutes of escapism. And I have to say, like I said already, coming away from it after 40 minutes, you do have a smile on your face because you laughed so much afterwards. And it's those kind of lighthearted shows I enjoy the most. So yes, I hope that was a good recommendation because I'm still new to this, but I'm enjoying it a great deal.
Same. I mean, I'm enjoying it immensely. And I think Liz needs to get more flowers. Like, obviously the people who are watching Dynasty are giving flowers, but she does, because she is carrying that show on her back. Like, I would even go so far as to say that she is really carrying the genre of soap operas on her back. And I think people who watch the daytime soaps are missing out. So if you like Bold and the Beautiful, if you like Days of Our Lives, is that my children's show? I don't know. General Hospital or Young and the Restless, watch Dynasty. You need, like, because like they're tired of regurgitated storylines on the daytime soaps too. I mean, that's a flaw of the genre. It is what it is. But if you want ridiculousness and like what you traditionally get from soap operas, you have to watch Dynasty.